Today I'm replacing a condensing unit up here on the rooftop. It has a major leak in it. There's no refrigerant left in this. This thing it leaks out immediately, and it's in the condenser coil. So instead of, I tried to repair the coil, it failed horribly. So I'm going to cut this out. Now, this low voltage is still alive, so it's still calling. If you ever mess with this stuff, try not to have it touch metal, or you can blow up the transformer downstairs. Power is off. We're at not here.
No, wherever Tim works at. But it sounds like it's gonna also have it.
All right. And I don't know where you want to go. I've got an obstacle right here. But I normally don't do leak checks. Now I'm going to prep for brazing. We will be installing this liquid line dryer, of course. One thing you may run into is a unit where the suction line doesn't really fit your existing one. This is a high-rise, mid-rise building, so running a new line set is not really an option. I'm just going to use a coupling that'll fit in there, and it'll slide over this very easily. But before I do that, since I cut right here, you can see how it kind of smushed the copper in. And you don't want that, because if it's sucking in, it's going to hit that, and that creates turbulence, and that can cause leaks. And it's not a huge deal if you just have one or two, but it's good practice to go ahead and clean that out. If you've got a bunch of joints that you're brazing, it can make a huge difference if you don't deburr. This is the tool I like to use. It minimizes the amount of copper shavings that can go into the line. And if you point it down, it pretty much gets rid of all of them. Make sure there's no shavings left in there. And the same for the liquid line. And I want that on there tight. Okay, I'm happy with the suction line. Now right here, we got to do a little work. This is getting cut out. New liquid line dryer. And I think I'll be able to reuse this pipe. I think I like that. We need to open this end up. Going to take these caps off and remove the valve cores. Grab our nitrogen. Almost ready to braze. Got a soaking wet rag. I'm gonna wrap this service valve tight. I'm gonna open up my nitrogen. And I'm gonna purge first, and then set it to braze. And that's just gonna flow nitrogen through while I'm brazing, and it's gonna come out here, and that'll also prevent moisture from going in there. Got my acetylene set to 5 and my oxygen set between 5 and 10. Want to keep that service valve cool while you're brazing. That wrapped around nicely. Rag's still wet enough to keep this valve cool. Get more water if you need to. And I'm gonna also turn the flame down a notch for this one, for the liquid line. And we've got our flame within a flame. I'm going to put a cap on this since it is a flare or swaged, just for some extra strength. I don't really know if that's true or not. almost did it without burning it. Almost. Wind got me. I like to check all my joints with a mirror, especially the bottom part. And that way you can see if there's any gaps. They usually happen at the bottom. Just kind of tilt it at a 45-degree angle. Everything looks good. So I'm gonna cap this side off. And I'm just gonna do a quick purge. And listen for any leaks. Rub your hand around where you brazed. We're looking good, so I'm gonna bring it up to 200. And soap bubble all fittings under high pressure. And if there's a leak, you will know it. You don't want to leak test with the vacuum, although that is the final confirmation that you'll be leak free when we hook up the micron gauge. No leaks. Gonna shut down on the nitrogen. Nothing's bubbling. No hissing. Gonna let that out. Now we got to set up for evacuation. And this right here is the difference between your condenser lasting 3 years and 15 years. Is whether or not you pull a good vacuum or not. And to do that, these are some of the tools that I use. I will only use Appian valve core removal tools unless Field Piece wants to send me their valve core removal. I'll check it out. Field Piece, hint hint, holler. It's been a while since I changed this vacuum pump oil. Got no hoses hooked up. I'm just gonna warm this up, and we're gonna swap out this vacuum pump oil real quick. New vacuum pump oil is in. Don't forget to cap this like I've done a couple of times maybe. This one is empty. Here is my vacuum pump, my evacuation setup. I have my micron gauge, which is hooked to a valve core removal tool, which is hooked to another valve core removal tool. I've got my 3/8 hoses, and I only use these hoses for vacuum. That is it. Got another Appian valve core removal tool here. Valve cores are out. And I've got new oil inside of my vacuum pump. And I'm gonna start this with the ballast open, because that's what Field Piece recommends doing with this vacuum pump. And I'm gonna turn it on. And I'm gonna open these valve cores to start pulling vacuum. All my connections are tight. And once this reaches 3,000 microns, I'm going to shut down on the gas ballast. There we go. Now we can hook up the electrical. And I get a lot of trolls in the comment section. Now all I've done was taken one photo for the thumbnail, and I changed the battery of my GoPro. It's been about 5 minutes. Look at the microns after 5 minutes. If you prep everything right, then your vacuum will be flawless. When hooking up your 208 or 240, just make sure the line voltage goes to the contactor. It can go on either side, just don't put them together. Got my torque wrench, my torque screwdriver. Make sure we're torqued appropriately. I like that. Keep the bugs out and rodents, hopefully. And when hooking up the low voltage, doesn't matter which wire goes where. Just don't put them both together. And you want to twist so the wires twist together, but don't twist too hard. If the wire's old, it's going to snap. And I always use new wire nuts. Electrical all hooked up. So now what we are going to do is what's called a decay test. I'm going to shut down on this valve right here. We are at 136 microns. I'm going to shut down on this valve and turn the vacuum pump off. Now we're going to see a rise here. You see right there, it already shot up to 179. According to the install manual, you got to hold for 15 minutes. And no, 10 minutes, and it shouldn't rise above 1500 microns. And the whole reason for the third valve core removal tool is after I do the decay test, I can isolate it, and then I can break vacuum by opening up our service valves, and that way I'm not running refrigerant through my micron gauge. And I can already see that the toughest part about this repair is getting this vapor line service valve cracked open. Usually my wrench fits inside of these no problem. The service wrench usually strips them out, so this is going to be fun. Our decay test is looking good. Now for the, let's see if I can do this without stripping it out. Don't forget to shut down on the micron gauge. Okay, it cracked open. That's a relief. Now I'm going to crack the liquid line open. And the reason I do it in this order is so you can debate on which way is the right way. Okay, got that to the top. And I lost a brand new cap, so I had to use a used one. And you want these on there. You want to torque them on there with a wrench. That one doesn't really fit. I'll have to go get another cap for that one. Do not just hand tighten them. I have seen these leak in empty units before. Okay. Reinstall the valve core. Okay. Just like that. Do the same for the other side. Oh, maybe it did go in. It definitely went in. Cool beans. This is a top floor unit, so line set, it might be 15 feet to the air handler, it might be 20 feet. It's gonna be close. This unit comes pre-charged, so I don't think we're gonna have to add much refrigerant, if any. So I'm about to turn the high voltage power back on. We already got a call for cool, but I'm gonna hook up my gauges first. Unit's already labeled with a plaque, which is nice. And she's on. I'm not going to pay too much attention to these pressures yet. I'm going to go ahead and let this run for about 10 minutes before I do any adjustments. That's kind of what we're looking at. It's about 60 degrees out right now, 65, somewhere in there. So I'm pretty happy with this given the current weather conditions. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I plan on making these all summer long. Anyways, thanks for watching. My name's Dave. This fix is done.